Hello and welcome to episode 5 of my first attempt in beating the Exile DLC. And here are the spoils of the Chateau Tarascon. We found a beguiling curio, a Tereskine relic, and apart from that, just I think I got my I got an opportunity for an underworld connection as well. So I think this is something what this good sir wants to have. And the beguiling curio is a little trinket here, but it is also something we can do. We can turn into cash. So obviously I can relax on this curio as well, but we're going to talk with Georgiou about the relic here and get our first time success here. We clasp hands. Your associate is now an ally. They'll follow you when you leave the city, unless you're headed for a final confrontation at the map's edge. I see what we did there. Alright. So that's a very nice thing to see. We now have somebody on our side. Much more troublesome. We got sabotaged the last time. Just a moment before we got our first ally. Damn, that hurts. Curse you, reckoners. So, we're going to need a little bit more hard aspect here. So, what can I use? That's Grail aspect. Would that be... No, I can't mix them. I think I need to stick with a solution there. So, an erudition is something completely different, which belongs actually in the other part of the game. Don't know what to do with that. So I think I'd really like to close down my business and move on to Munich, because I feel like with the ally on my side, welcome Georgiou, I have everything I might want from this place here. So what can we do with this guy? So I could use him here, but his influence is of course not useful. We can send an ally to create a false trail. Alright, and my ally has their own reasons to traveling with me. With experiences, I can increase their power. Alright, so let's see. I want to finish the doctor's practice this time for good. And I hope I'm going to be able to deal with the Reckoner operative. We're going to defend ourselves one more time with some underworld connection. Purchase some red temptation. So... if I remember correctly, the underworld connection was viable against the sabotage attempts, so might as well. Or wait a sec, that's what I wanted to try. Now I can't use Georgiou on that. So they're sending a minor Reckoner Lord. So yeah, things are getting a little bit more serious here, but we're going to close business quite soon, I think. So, how do I want to defend myself here? I don't want to fling a whole stolen decade at that. I could use Georgiou's assistance here. But I think I'm going to flat out tank the first blow. Because I don't mind having a wound, you know. So, boom. I'm injured. Oh well. Let's see how this will play out. I just realized as of late that I don't need to be that careful with wounds. Or at least I don't need to be that panicky around that. So he's attacking me again quite directly. So I'm going to take that one more time and see if this event chain is broken afterwards. Let's make some money out of that curio as well. I think I'm going to toss Joju one time between me and this guy. So let's see. I can't pay that stuff, sadly. So, can't I stop this somehow? An operation is complete. Okay. So, with this now going on, I need to take action. But, Dr. Icon's operations had to be finished this time. So, my foe is coming to town, so we're going to run for our lives. But, we should be fine. The only question I'm asking myself is, will I make it in time before the foe arrives? And the other question is, will I be... will I meet my enemies in Munich already? Because I really planned that move a long time beforehand. And I'm not sure if this... There are so interesting things here. So, my foe is almost here. Alright. Frost pinches the windows and shadow crisps the candle flames. I know too well what these signs mean. Man, doesn't sound good. So, let's see. We are gone before you will find me. Just in time. Well planned. Whew. Scary. But overall, I consider my stay in Avignon as a real success. We brought Georgiou with us, and I brought some money with me. Like, let's see. There's our contact here, and I have medical credentials. I have money on me. Munich is is in front of me, so this is really not the worst start. So Jennings, a specialist in disassembly and also in assembly. So let's see what we can do for you, Count Jennings. So I know this guy out of the other game part, I think, if I remember correctly. So I want to take a short think about the situation before we enter the meeting. I mean, this time I want to do a little bit better than the last time. So that's basically the plan. I'm pretty sure the event chain will lead me to another quest to hire Jennings, and the procedure will be quite similar. So for now, I think the easiest way to do is to wait what we have to do for this guy, and well, I think I should look for opportunities again, even though this might create traces, but we're up for revenge. We don't want to run. It's okay to create traces and leave a hot trail. I think if we want to go for the escape plans, I should play a little bit differently, but for my plans, let's scout Munich. I need some place to open up another operation. Count Jennings clicks his heels and bows. I've heard of your troubles, he tells me. It would be interesting to accompany you, but first let me invite you to participate in a competitive social occasion. No, I must insist. So, let's see what he does. The Chorhaus Mamura München. A charming brick house with crow-stepped gables and a pair of venerable pines at the front door. In the attic, the Malmuran perform the rites of pain and courage. This will hurt. So, I don't quite understand what's in front of me, to be quite honest. So, I'm going to wait what my first reconnoiter will bring. This is some really weird description of what's ahead of me, but he definitely seems to. This is another of these steps. I guess it'll get easier with every ally I accumulate. So I discovered the basic mechanics of this game quite late. But it isn't that easy. So we're getting another opportunity for medical credentials, but this is not interesting at all. So let's go for this place. So what will I take with me? I'm going to take Joju, because something I don't think that or will I take this guy? He has a heart influence. Is it even worth taking anything with me here? I mean, I can't take any of these aspects with me, so yes, it does matter. So let's see, what can I stack? I have Knock and Winter. I might guess Winter, Edge, or Knock would be the desirable resources, so I'm pretty sure that Winter will be involved, so let's take that. Let's take a wound with me. It's not like I can leave them somewhere. Okay, let's see what this will mean. Alright, it feels good to have a few units of cash available. I'm running low on years though, and that really starts to worry me. It's half time done. We're down 50% of our resources, and I feel like I squandered so much of it. A quiet warehouse. That's exactly what I had in mind. Something bigger this time. There we go. So, I was completely wrong. We're needing moth and... Oh no, it's edge. I thought this was a lantern. Okay, so I can provide some edge. And apart from that... moth and edge. Can I acquire any moth influence here? Doesn't seem so. But nobody says that these are the only things we're going to need. Sorry. Some nighttime ruckus. The little one is sleeping badly these days, and I don't know why. Just had a look, everything was okay. So we now own a quiet warehouse. So... plenty of space here. If I remember correctly, I can use that with an underground connection, so we could probably scout Munich a little bit further. Because I can't really do anything here without risking traces. And I don't think I will be able to solve the problems here without creating some new traces. So we can buy some new weapon. Well, yeah, let's do that. That sounds like a great idea. This is something which will help my plans up ahead of me. So what now? Okay, a lion hunter's rifle. Another thing with a aspect 4, and this is worth more than it was than I paid for it. An antique rifle incised with the 5-fold mark of the many winged ones. 3 Tainite iron balls, monster killers remain. The lion hunter's rifle refreshes quickly, but it can be only used 3 times. Okay. So that's why it's worth so much, I guess. Luckily we don't have any trails on us so far, so it continues like that. A duelist scuttles keening towards you. His muscles are taut and trembling, and his eyes are black and gold like an owl's. He's Strix-ridden, possessed by a many winged names of the edge powers. Yeah. Boom boom, my friend. Good thing I bought that rifle. So and there's the first trace. I didn't pay attention if anger was having an edge aspect, but I'm going to try that because something tells me I'm going to fight harder here. So yes, we can stack up to 12 with the rage. Alright, so creating those resources somehow is a really big part of the game. And what now? So I can't get rid of that without official connections. How to do that without creating a big ruckus? That's the question. I mean, I can only continue strolling around Munich. I feel like it doesn't feel useful to wipe traces so far, but I think I just missed something. Okay, now I face an ordeal of agony. I've done this kind of thing before, which is why I'm not looking forward to doing it again. I still carry the scars from last time, though not on my skin. Let's use the rage. Okay, we've solved this. And the Reckoners are coming. Just one slip. Well. Cellar Wotan. Alright, what's that? In the deepest cellar of the National Theatre stands a stern image carved of black forest oak. 60 years ago, the Swan King staged a grandiose premiere on this favorite composer's new opera. It didn't go well. The stage trappers were banished down here and forgotten. Now the image's eye has been scarred out to make him blind, and those who know the place's power perform the harsh devotions before it. What the heck? So, I could dedicate myself to the Colonel. Oh. So, that's what happened there. Of course. Well, let's bond with the forces beyond. The Colonel is Lantern aspect, if I'm right. And the Lantern aspect is, well, the truth that hurts. Reality that hurts. vision that bleeds light from your eyes. We can discover this in other parts of the game, but obviously here, this is all something we already know. Okay. So, we're going to fight with some Reckoners here this time. And, we managed. We managed. I got a scar. Jennings says that some lessons can only be written on the skin. That might be so, but it might be that Jennings just enjoys his work a little too much. Okay, so we're going to give him that scar and get over with. So now I'm stuck with the rage for 4 more minutes. I have masked my eyes and scarred my skin. I have bound myself with the 9 patient oaths. I am a soldier of the Colonel who will not release me. This is troublesome. So, what did that change for me? As my defiance rises, you'll draw the attention of the edge hours. If it reaches 7, you might be achieving something. Okay, so this sounds like when I do this, I raise this aspect level, and if I hit 7 with that, I might get some alternative ending. So this game has a terrible amount of possibilities to play it. I love it. So I'm afraid we have made you quite distinctive indeed. Still very good. Yes, very good. So, Jennings is, I guess, now an ally too. Associate ally, yes. So, just like Georgiou, I have now, I gather people now with me, you know. And now we have to leave this place. So, I'm not going to scout right now because I still have rage on me. So this scar is an instrument of heart and winter. So this is pretty good. We can use more tools. And let's see if we can unturn something more in Munich. So, little by little I start to be more effective here. And run a sanatorium? Wait a sec. I'll need an office to run a doctor's practice or a large, but also an impressive venue to run a sanatorium. So, man. I'm going to try this to sell this place again. The plans just didn't come together. I want to get away from here at some point in the near future, and this... Let's see if I can get that money back, you know. Creating traces is now not that important anymore, or it just doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm going to send one of my associates against that problem. So with allies, the attacks of the Reckoners become more and more manageable. And I guess that's where the game wants to shove me. There we go. I think in the next city I have a very good chance of, well, establishing myself a little bit. Wait a sec. The horns axe. The horned axe is shadow. So, what is the horned axe? Is it some... Okay, I really thought I had a clue on an item here, but, so... I see. This is a super effective item against my foe. This is one of his weaknesses. This is one of the, ways to really hurt him. So, this is an event card I can spawn while reconnoitering. So, I see. I see. At the right angle, anything can be a weapon. I can also refresh that. Okay, good to know. So let's see what happened here. So my friend has lent me their protection. I'm going to start to scout for a new location because we're not really that far away from doing that. My associate defended me, which was decent of them, but now the Reckoner mob has more clues to follow. Yeah, that was quite to expect, but I don't mind. So Georgiou is out of business for 2 more minutes. So that bought us some time. Okay, but for now the Reckoners are leaving us alone for a few more moments. And so the Hügelkinder of the Vosges sometimes take human shape to walk the streets of Strasbourg. I've dealt with them before. They know as well as anyone how to be unobtrusive. Perhaps they can help. So, interesting use of a German word. So, Children of the Hills is this word basically describing. So, okay. There we go. Strasbourg. Okay. Let's keep reconnoitering in Munich in the meantime, until we can actually leave. So they uncovered another trace, and they keep searching, and we're going to leave soon. So there's another hostile move, and I can use the Horned Axe's shadow. That's good. It's not going to set anything I need on cooldown. An opportunity with to connect with the radicals, but these are all things I don't need too much anymore. I just wait for my rage to subside and leave Munich. Although I must say, I'm starting to feel like I can stay in one place a little bit longer at this point. With 2 allies, I seem to be able to juggle with my enemies, and I already have options to fight back and forth. So that's really good. Georgiou would be available again for the next situation, so that's something, you know. So more opportunity cards in Munich. I'm basically just tinkering around if I can't find something out of the ordinary while I'm waiting for my rage to subside. My rage served me well. I was able to deal with the problems ahead of me quite good, but now it's time to pass on, and we're going to pick up our things, and then we run. Wonderful. I feel like I start to get a grip of things here, so I feel like it was a mistake when I forgot to use the warehouse. I should have used that immediately and start an operation. I could have gotten more out of that, but well, I don't mind. Sometimes it is just a learning process. I like to think that I do mistakes, so you don't have to. So we're hitting Strasbourg. So that was a short stay in Munich for this series, and another town. I have uncovered no more weaknesses, but I have found 2 allies. That's really good. So does he have now experiences or such? Did that count? Yeah. I see. So it would be smart to play a little cat and mouse with my enemies in Strasbourg now. So we're going to look into the story of this place before I leave you, friends, for this episode. There's a tall shape waiting for me in a little garden by the museum. If I don't look too closely, it could be a man draped in blankets. Let's say it is. I don't look at him as he whispers to me, but I come away with some knowledge of the hidden ways of Strasbourg. So I got my items, and obviously there's no direct connection here, which points to an ally. So it's going to be a very exciting stay in this town between Germany and France. But that's going to be the next episode, friends. Feel free to drop me a comment down below to share your thoughts with me. This series is really something special for me, and I enjoy my time a lot. I hope you do as well. And I would be super grateful for any support on this video, this side, my channel, and you know the drill. I keep using the same words. I guess the message is heard. And yeah, see you guys next time. Bye-bye.